Catch Jankos.
Thank you very much. I'm glad the Fisio said Poppy wasn't the problem because we want to see that again. But Jankos, congratulations. Much needed win on the board here for you guys. I don't talk to you nearly as often as I used to on the desk or on the table as I did last year, and it's definitely a change. Tell us about this game and going for this specific strategy with in mind. We really need to win.
Well, basically, we were losing a lot of games, so we had to come up with something to actually start winning. And we were just thinking that we can just abuse the fact that Woolite is probably one of the best mechanic skilled AD carriers in Europe. Maybe only Forgiven is a little bit better, but he tends to do some stupid decisions. But if we actually back him up with the whole team comp around him, we can actually win so easy.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. But the question here is this not a Band-Aid strategy, meaning that you just put something on the wound for now to make it work, but next teams might pick it up and say, we won't give you this comp anymore?
Well, I think maybe other teams will actually realize that it's around that, and maybe they will try to not give us this comp, but it's not only about the picks, you know, like we had other strategies as well, so it's not like we don't know how to play if we don't get those picks.
We definitely know you guys can play. That's why I wanted to ask you the question. And Amazing actually had a couple of things to say about the Nidalee, because the first time we saw the Rod of Ages instead of the tier.
Yeah. First off, the Rod of Ages won, so I guess it's better, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends. Usually, I go with tier only if I want to poke only. And with Roa, you get that bonus HP and sustain a little bit in the jungle when you level up. On tier, you get mana regen, obviously, so you can just heal instead of counting on the catalyst level up. But then, if I go Abyssal with Roa, I can actually go in as Kog'Maw, and I don't need to be really worried about me dying instantly, pretty much. And with tier, it's more about I need to stay behind and poke only, and then after I complete Archangel, I get that shield, but it's not the same. So usually I prefer the Roa build.
Yep, definitely worked out for you guys. Finally, before the season, we saw some features with you where you said we got to be top 3, maybe even top 2. A couple of weeks ago, you said, well, you have to stand by that because otherwise, you know, what are you doing? Do you care to revise kind of the expectations now that you know what you know this far in the season?
I mean, well, it's pretty unfortunate that we lost so much games, but on the other hand, we learn a lot from the losses. So I think, like in the end, our goal right now is to qualify to the playoffs, and then it's top 3 for sure.
Yeah, there we go. I love that you're sticking to your guns. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, with just 5 games left for each team that's split, let's bring up the standings. Alone at the top of the tables once again is SK Gaming. Fnatic are now sharing 2nd place with the on-fire H2K. And Gambit is locked up in 4th with the Copenhagen Wolves. Toward the bottom of the standings, Meteor Makers are closing in on 9th place and can still fight their way out of auto relegation. So Giants need to watch their back if they want a chance to defend their spot in the LCS. Amazing. What about the standings is the most capturing for you? The Wolves, I can imagine.
Yeah, like it's still a surprise to me. Like whenever I see that, it's like, okay, you guys do better without me. So it's pretty weird. Like it's just weird to see.
Well, maybe you'll be there next split to fight them.
Gotta be.
Looking at the day overall, there was one player that carried their team to a win, and more importantly, will carry you to a win in Fantasy LCS this week, picking up 8 kills and 15 assists as Nidalee for a total of 40 points on week 7, day 1. Our fantasy point leader is Meteor Makers Horo. I was a little surprised when I saw that because we had that super long game versus Elements and Copenhagen Wolves, but Horo delivering the goods with the assists.
Yeah, but especially if you land 15 assists, you're gonna score them fantasy points. But he had 8 kills, which is really great for a jungler. Like it rarely happens nowadays where a jungler is like straight out carry, but in this game he totally did a job.
Did he build tier or Rod of Ages?
Can't remember.
We gotta check.
I think he built tier, but I'm not gonna give in. I think Roa is the way to go.
I'll check that and tell you tomorrow. Well, Horo wasn't the only one going ham though, and you guys took notice. We have a tweet from @squirrel1251, and he writes, 3K Elo Shockwaves are back, baby. This is your LCS big play of the day.
Flashes away from the Maelstrom. Soren, though, picks up Krepo in all the confusion. Froggen, he's gonna land a massive shockwave!
It looked so bad for Froggen. He was being caught out. He had to hourglass everything, and then he pulls a 4-man shockwaves.
I think that just saved Elements right there.
It saved Elements. It's beautiful to see, but it was long not enough for Elements.
Yeah, Diffuser kind of said it all. Like he got caught. He basically got the 4-man shockwave off, but overall CW just outplayed them, and it didn't manage to get them a victory.
Remember to send in those big plays as they happen by tweeting at LOL Esports and using the hashtag LCS Big Plays. Now, Week 7 of the European LCS continues tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central European Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, as ROCCAT takes on SK Gaming. Elements will take on the Unicorns of Love as they chase a spot in the postseason, and H2K will face the Copenhagen Wolves as they continue to jockey for position heading into the playoffs. Copenhagen Wolves, another good matchup for them. H2K, can they do it?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because HK has shown, like today, especially after they faced Gambit, that they can win a game even if the early game is just like average. And I think that's a really great sign for a team.
That will be a fantastic matchup. Until then, though, that is it from us here from Berlin. I'd like to thank the coaches that joined us earlier in the day, and from myself, Amazing, and the entire live broadcast team. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow.